que están bien chéveres. Especialmente hoy unos dibujos y unos libros. And thank you friends for joining me on the unfinished workout. It's my journey where I go into like learning different things about myself, about life, communication, how can I express better to communicate with you. I've studied so much and been through so many experiences in life, and sometimes you think just like sitting and telling people is the way it is, but there is a science behind it, and I'm learning it, and I want to bring you into the journey. So today, happy Valentine, feliz día de San Valentín de la amistad. Esto empezó en Roma con unas fiestas y unas cuestiones ahí, pero para no entrar mucho en detalle en eso, it started in Rome, as many of you know. I got that info from Google. You can find it as well, how this whole Valentine thing got all started. And here in the country that I live in, we commercialize everything. So it's another day to I want to call it just to love others, to practice forgiveness, and also to buy stuff. But it's just where we live. Um, so today we're gonna go through some different things. I want to show you some books. I'm gonna read from the book so I can practice. But there's some books. It's a book I'm gonna show you that is it's really cool, and you should get it when you get a chance. You know, quiero compartir contigo. I want to share with you. Since I was a little kid, and I used to get in Google. I'm kidding. There was no Google. It was encyclopedia, and I went to my aunt's house. She had the encyclopedia thing, a bunch of books for the young people that are listening now. It was just a bunch of books with like alphabetical uh, letters, and you pick, if you want to know something about Apple, so you just pick A for the Apple and go from there. I was always fascinated with the heart and the brain. I was always looking at pictures of it, and I always been a fan of like the what I call the non-stop studying. Always being able to fill my brain with something, and to learn those things that to learn from the things I resist the most, so I cannot be resistant to them anymore. And explain myself. Have you heard this saying that says like, "Lo que resiste persiste." What you resist, it persists. So um, with that, I also carry my life because I want to learn more things. So if it's there in front of me, so and I'm resisting it, then the more it appears. So I want to know more information about that. So I would be fascinated about the heart and the brain, and today is a good day to talk about the heart, right? And I have some really cool passages here that I will be sharing with you, in a little bit. Um, so tengo unos cuantos eh, un libro que quiero compartir contigo hoy, cómpralo porque está bien chévere. Ahorita te voy a dar unos cuantos pasajes del libro y de ahí partimos. I also wanted to share with you, I used to have in Miami back in the day um, a radio show, and it was now I can look back and joke about it because it was a learning process as well. The very first show, the host didn't show up, and I was all by myself. And now it's funny, but it was it was really stressful um, to go through that show without knowing anything about it now. So right now, in today, it's a different story. But I remember bringing to that show a cardiologist. This cardiologist, it was different because it was a different way to look at the heart. So many times we look at the heart as a pump, right? Um, as something that just it's if we get a bullet through it, we die, and all those things that are normal to us. But this specific cardiologist was it got my attention when first he said that he could hear people's heart rate from a different room. If he take like a cardboard box and just point it to that room, he could feel the heart rate of that person. You know, so with that being said, I got even more interested into the heart, right? Because if it's just a pump, it was a really powerful pump, right? And after that, I went to study many people like this guy that wrote this book, Dr. Thomas Cohen, like goes into um, how the heart, el corazón, no solamente una pompa de sangre, sino que es algo más allá. Este cardiólogo que yo entrevisté hace mucho tiempo en Miami decía que él puede coger tus latidos del corazón desde un cuarto separado de ti con una caja. Tú puedes sentir los latidos del corazón. Practicando y muy sensitivo. Pero siempre me llamó la atención que alguien pudiera ver eso, hacer eso y cosas que no le enseñaron en la escuela de medicina, cosas que la gente, como hombre o mujer pensante que somos, se interesó un poco más en las cosas del cuerpo y van más allá. Y eso me llamó mucho la atención para seguir pues estudiando estas cosas que llaman la atención, especialmente en lo que yo hago en mi carrera de entrenador, que el corazón es algo bien importante. Why am I so interested on this? You know, I'm just a trainer, right? So it's because I've always been a fan of measuring workouts through the heart. So I'd rather use monitors and take the heart rate a lot. For the people that work with me, they're very familiar with that, taking always heart rate and tell me the numbers, stuff like that. Because I like to measure that more than with sweat. There's many people that say measure their workouts through how much they sweat or how many times they change their shirt and based on that. So that I take that into more into consideration about the environment that we work on um, when we measure sweat and all those things. But really, I measure workouts through the heart rate. I think it's essential. So, and I give you a tip. I say this before in these live streams. If you take 220 minus your age, that will be your maximum heart rate, and it's a good way for you to work out and measure your workouts. Why 2020? Some people, many people ask me that actually why 2020. 2020 is the number that is the average heart rate when you were a baby, when you were born. Based on that, as you age, then you just subtract the year that you went through, and then that you're always gonna reach your heart rate based on that number. That varies. It changes. Some people, the more you train, the less you train, how you eat, and all those things. So, so anyway, this going back to the cardiologist, it was a person that I began to admire because he woke up some thoughts in me on how about how to study these cool things. Hola, Paquitín. And I want to read something with you. Hopefully, this is as interesting as as uh, as it is for me. You know, many times where the nerds were the okay people, now the nerds are like the me's. So, and this Dr. Cowan say, you know, it's important that we begin to rectify the kind of oversight that I encountered in medical school. And I'm glad that I'm talking about this because I might sort of go back a little bit and on my book if, that you have seen already, if you see the cover page is a heart and is a guy climbing the heart, um, that means the message was follow your heart. You know, it always takes you to the right place when you follow your heart. So I wanted to show you once again the picture of my book because it was a picture actually that was made by a famous um, designer in Puerto Rico, Pedro Torres, que está por ahí pintando muchas cosas y es un artista muy famoso en Puerto Rico y él me hizo el cover de mi libro que es un corazón con un hombre escalándolo que significa sigue tu corazón que siempre te va a llevar a donde tienes que ir porque tiene el corazón tiene ese poder de poder llevarte a donde tienes que llegar. So going back to the book, because I went a little bit ahead. It's important that we begin to rectify the kind of oversight that I encounter in medical school. And I'm using this doctor because a lot of people today, they raise medical doctors, so I like to bring them into this conversation so it has more weight for you, so it's for your benefit. Medical school and gain better understanding of the principles nature uses to create form and what form can teach us about function. This is complicated to be sure, and it's easy to indulge in almost delusional revelations about the significance of things that turn out to be nothing at all. Maybe this is part of why the discussion is avoided altogether in medical school. It's seen as too woo woo, been there before. But it's a shame that we then completely avoid this rich, crucial, and potentially life-saving subject for fear that the medical profession would look less serious or would appear too out there, and that for the sake of our careers we avoid all mention or even thought of deeper meaning or connections. The unfortunate consequence is that we have only a superficial understanding of nature, the body, and the magic of seeing the big picture in relationship between the two. So that's something pretty cool that I wanted to bring with you, um, from a doctor that people love to hear and get information from. And it's a good thing. They're experts on different things, and sometimes they're experts on disease, and we want to stay healthy. So sometimes doesn't make that much sense, but it's what we have, and we use it to our advantage, and we respect everybody's expertise and use it to, you know, come together and create results just for you. Compartiendo este libro que se llama, this book that I'm reading from is called, and you see it on Facebook, guys, at Deal Fit. You see the whole, but it's like a human heart, cosmic heart. It's one of my favorites. As you can see, it's really dirty. A picture I took. I took it everywhere, and it's marked everywhere because it's always something to get from this. And it's really cool, and I love it. And I want to share with you in a day like today where we're like loving and forgiving and forgetting all those things that actually hurt the inside of us, So, and why, this guy saying, why do we associate the heart with love? Romance, courage, heroism. If it's really a pump, like why we call people that they have a heart of gold and all these cool things about the heart, when if it's only a pump. So he said, I know for a fact that love exists. I will hope that anyone with a child or a parent or possibly a spouse would too. I don't have a clue how science will prove it. Exploring the cosmic heart is a step, and I believe it's a crucial step in breaking what I would call the spell of the cult of science that threatens to kill us all. He goes pretty deep into this, and it's a really cool thing. So, and one last one that I want to share with you as we nos movemos hacia adelante. Se trancó esta página. It's right here. And with this one, I will stop reading from books. Love necessarily involves the deepest part of our being, our essence. Nobody, not even the most cynical among us, wants to be told, I love you with all my foot, or my brain loves you very much, or even worse, my genitals are in love with you. No one wants to hear that. We only accept expressions of the heart as meaningful. So, cool book. And I'll get it if you're interested. I just want to share some things with you about that and some personal things I read myself, what it has to do with love. I've been blessed to have many good friends, and you know who you are, and if you know me, you know I have like good friends. It's a reciprocal relationship when we like share love with each other, and as we grow I find out that we lose a little bit more of that I guess embarrassment or shame to say to a friend I love you, te amo en diferentes los otros días tuve una conversación con un amigo y nos ponemos te amo y muchas cosas de esa manera porque nos sentimos en lo que crecemos en la vida que es tiempo de decir eso. Antes era como un bochorno y una vergüenza decir te amo, especialmente a un hombre que tú creciste con él, pero cuando se expresa el amor de esa manera pues es algo bien normal, que pues que se ha perdido últimamente, pero se vuelve a ganar con estas amistades que nos seguimos recordando mutuamente cómo nos sentimos el uno del otro. So, explaining that, lately I've been like texting. I've been blessed with really good friends. Texting and talking with different friends, and how we're not embarrassed anymore to say I love you. En español suena más serio porque dice te amo, no te quiero, te amo. It sounds a little bit more serious, but I have lost that embarrassment, shame, and I used to feel before using those words to express love to others. So don't be embarrassed. Do what you feel. Follow your heart. Today is a good day not to buy stuff, but to follow your heart and to give what comes from the heart, not to give what people think you should. So, um, actually, believe it or not, as I work on my speech about body types, we keep discovering and I wanted to teach people and wake up the thoughts of what is that you can do to get more in touch with yourself and go from there. So today is a good day where you can get in touch with yourself and um, and offer more of yourself. Hey, also I want to share with you guys. There's a website out there that I'm a fan of, and I found a long time ago. It's on my book again. It seems like everything's on my book, right? And the website is heartmath.com. Is it .com? Is it .com or .org? Um,
.com.
.com, heartmath.com, and this guy's been around for a while studying the heart, and they call it um, um, coherence, to bring heart into balance. And if you heard me talk about homeostasis before, is the internal balance inside the body, right? Organs. Remember, organs are always more important than muscles. Um, so in HeartMath, they have making thousands of subjects doing constant research on the heart and how it responds to different things. So people that many doctors and many other practitioners follow HeartMath because they have devices to actually make yourself calm down, and they're kind of meditations, but they're not. There's some devices you put on your ear and in your finger, and it's pretty cool stuff. Go check it out if you want to play with that. If you want to access the heart, it's a really cool thing because when you get to manage your heart, it seems like everything seems to flow. Remember last week I was talking about surrendering. So that also plays a role with this. Estaba explicando que hay un website que se llama heartmath.com. Ellos han estudiado el corazón por hace muchos años. Yo lo escribí también en mi libro hace años también. Y tienen diferentes productos y cosas en las que te ayudan a calmar el corazón, a calmar los órganos, a calmar hasta entrar en un momento de coherencia. La psicóloga Samari Román en Puerto Rico también, ella sabe de esto, de este website también. Esta gente que son gente seria, que trabajan en diferentes trabajos de investigación para descubrir más esto del corazón, que no solamente es una pompa, como yo te estaba leyendo el libro. Si el corazón es solamente una pompa, porque entonces nos referimos a diferentes personas con cosas del corazón. Ay, él tiene un corazón tan bello, él tiene un corazón tan precioso. Si es una pompa nada más, tú no te refieres al corazón de esa manera. Si comenzamos a pensar un poco diferente, pues empiezas a ver otras cosas que te despiertan otros pensamientos en tu vida y también te sigue moviendo hacia adelante. So her math is a really cool thing. Go check it out and give you some resources today, and I want to share that with you because it's pretty cool stuff. So hey, at the end of the day, if we really focus on the heart and as what it is, there will be no need to explain it, but to feel it. Many people have said this. Pay attention to what you feel, to the beats of it. Nutrition plays a huge part of it, and different things that you go through life and how your heart responds to it. Begin to get the messages. Get in contact with yourself. Calm down a little bit. Today is not a day to buy stuff. It's another day, commercialized, but it's another day to stop and realize, how much you love yourself, how much you love others. Remember, you cannot give what you don't have. So, and for me to you, I'm gonna share something personal, and then I leave you. That I use on myself, and I got this quote 10 years ago. It says 2010. I don't remember where I got it from, but I still use it. And I say that I'm so happy and grateful now that I affirm and give thanks to all of who love me, have loved me, all of whom need my love, all whom I may love, all who grow throughout my love. And I send love to all of whom may need my love. So I know, like the doctor was saying, these things could get like really, ooh or whatever. And at the end of the day, when we go through our macho or girly days, um, we sit down and realize all the same. We'll cry the same. We'll hurt the same. We'll go through the same things. Many times we have these um, almost an obligation to look and feel like we are not to others. And but at the end of the day, when you begin to go deeper into yourself, we all meet at the same thing. We all want peace. We all want love. We forgiveness and all these cool things. So that's what I want to bring to you this week on St. Valentine's. So just to wake up some thoughts in you. Always follow your heart. Is in connection with your brain. So you're always going to have the right thoughts when you follow the heart. And remember, next week, I'll be answering your questions. So send them and then we'll go from there. Como siempre, lo hago en inglés o en español. Acuérdate que en el día de hoy estoy compartiendo cosas del corazón. Sigue siempre tu corazón, que siempre te va a dar los pensamientos correctos en tu cerebro para que hagas decisiones correctas. Estaba explicando también que muchas veces estas cosas suenan como que bien suave y todo eso, pero a lo último del día todos queremos lo mismo: estar en paz, estar en buenas con otras personas, y compartir quiénes son. Son cosas que no se hablan mucho, especialmente en el entrenamiento, pero son cosas que todo el mundo las siente, pero como que se abochornan uno a decirlas, pero eventualmente pues vas practicando y sintiendo lo que sientes dentro de ti y es lo que sale de ti. Estaba diciendo que tengo las preguntas la próxima semana. Envíalas como siempre hace y te ayudo a contestar esas preguntas. Remember, the people on Instagram, the productions happen on the feed on Facebook. So you get to enjoy everything. Questions next week, please send them. And like I always will tell you from now on, be nice, be kind, and be tough. So that's what I got for you. I love you. I hope you love me back. If not, I love you more. And I see you next week for your questions. Thank you very much for being here in the Unfinished Workout.